Laura and I were sitting in the canteen enjoying our lunch. It was my favorite time of the day. Laura and I had been best friends since we were 5 years old, and we told each other everything. Suddenly, I became aware of someone standing behind me. When I turned and saw who it was, I groaned.
I've got something for you.
What? She didn't answer me. Instead, she just tipped the bucket of fish chum she was holding on top of my head. Bits of the bait dripped down onto my face and clothes.
Haha, look at you.
Everyone stopped what they were doing and started pointing and laughing at me. Then the girl pulled out a camera and took a photo of me. I was so embarrassed I wanted to cry. Why is she so mean to me? But before I go on, I just want to check. You have liked and subscribed, haven't you? Oh, and don't forget to hit the notification bell too, or you might end up with fish chum all over you too. I burst into tears and ran out of the canteen. I could hear the sounds of laughter all the way down the corridor. Thankfully, when I got into the bathroom, there was no one else there. I would have died of embarrassment if someone else had seen me. I began cleaning myself up when suddenly the door burst open. I looked to see who had come in, but thankfully it was only Laura.
Claire, are you okay?
Yes, just my pride that's hurt more than anything.
I don't know why Abby is always so mean to you. What is her problem?
You know what she's like. She's always been like this with me since the first day I met her.
I just don't know what she's got against you.
I sighed. Neither do I. You see, that girl, well, she's my sister. Well, actually, she's my stepsister to be exact. We live together and she hates me. I remember the first time I met her. My mom had been on her own for a very long time. Her and my dad had split up when I was about 2 years old. So when she told me that she had met someone, you can imagine how happy I was. I didn't like to think of my mom being lonely. I wanted her to find someone to share her life with.
Claire, I have something to tell you.
Wow, that sounds serious.
Well, I think it's good news, and I hope that you will too.
Okay, go on then. What is it?
I have a boyfriend.
Yes!
Are you okay about it?
I'm more than okay. I'm ecstatic.
Oh, I'm so relieved. For a minute, I was worried that you wouldn't want me to date anyone.
Well, Mom, I just want you to be happy. So, what's his name?
It's Mike. He's divorced too, and has a daughter the same age as you.
So I'm going to get a sister too?
Well, yes. I guess you are.
I'm so excited. When am I going to meet her?
I've invited them over for dinner tomorrow night so that we can all get to know one another.
I can't wait to meet them. It's going to be so much fun having a sister. For the rest of that evening and all the next day, I couldn't stop thinking about what it was going to be like to be part of a family again. Don't get me wrong, I had a wonderful life with my mom, but I had always wanted to know what it would be like to have a brother or a sister. Well, it looks like I'm going to find out. When I got home from school, Mom had already set the table for dinner. She had put her best tablecloth on the table and her finest crockery. It looks perfect, Mom.
Thank you, Claire. Now go upstairs and change out of your uniform. They will be here in about half an hour.
I ran up to my room and changed into the dress that I had picked out to wear. I really wanted to look my best when I met them. I wanted to make a good impression. I pulled my hair up into a high ponytail and put a pretty ribbon in it. Do I look okay, Mom?
You look beautiful, darling, but then again, you always do.
Just then, the doorbell rang.
That will be them. Do me a favor and go answer it, will you?
I opened the door.
Hello there, I'm Mike. You must be Claire.
Yes.
Claire, this is Abby, my daughter.
Hi, Abby. I gave them my most dazzling smile. Come in. We went into the lounge where Mom was waiting.
Hello, Abby. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Would you like a glass of lemonade or something?
Yes, please.
Right. Come on, Mike. You come and help me and let these two girls get to know each other.
Abby smiled at me. I felt so happy. Everything was going so well. Or at least it was. Because the minute my mom and Mike left the room, Abby's whole demeanor changed. Her face looked really surly, and she just sat on the sofa staring out the window. I tried to start a conversation with her, but it was like getting blood out of a stone. What kind of music do you like?
Dunno.
Do you have any pets?
Nope.
I tried and tried to get her to open up to me, but it was obvious she didn't want to know. Maybe she's just a bit shy. I'm sure we will soon become good friends. But unfortunately, we didn't.
There, I think we've got you all cleaned up now.
Just in time, too. That's the bell for class going.
The rest of the afternoon, I stayed well out of Abby's way. Luckily, we didn't have that many classes together, so it wasn't that difficult to avoid her. When the bell went at the end of the day, I got my coat and I went to find Laura.
Is it okay if I come home with you? I really don't want to see Abby when I get home.
Sure, no problem.
Thanks.
When we got to Laura's house, her mom was in the kitchen.
Mom, Claire's here. We're gonna go up to my room. Okay, hi, Claire.
Hi, Mrs. Davidson.
You two go on up. I'll bring you some milk and cookies in a bit.
Laura and I sat on her bed, and it wasn't long before the conversation turned to Abby.
You know, you should really tell your mom what's going on. She can't keep on treating you like this.
I can't tell her.
Why not?
Because I don't want to worry her or upset her. She has finally found the man of her dreams. Mike is so nice and kind, I don't want anything to spoil it.
It's just really hard seeing you being picked on like this.
It's okay, I can handle it.
Oh my God!
What? What is it? I could tell by the look on Laura's face she had seen something terrible on her phone. Panic started to build up inside me.
You don't want to know.
Just tell me, Laura. Laura handed her phone to me. My heart started beating faster, and I got a horrible sinking feeling in my stomach. On the screen was a photo of me with a chum running down my face and me crying out. Above the photo, it was captioned, "When you wake up on the wrong side of bed." I looked to see how many likes the photo had gotten and was shocked to see it was over 100,000 likes. It had been posted by a meme account. I searched the internet and soon saw that the meme had gone viral. I was absolutely distraught. Oh God, please, no! This can't be happening! I've become the school meme.
Look, it's not that bad.
Of course it's bad. No, it's worse than bad. It's terrible. I knew that Laura was only trying to comfort me, but nothing she said was going to make me feel better. My life is ruined.
Look on the bright side. You're famous.
Yeah, famous for being ugly. I burst into tears. I sobbed and sobbed. Suddenly, I felt a sharp sting on the side of my cheek. Laura had slapped me. I stopped crying and looked at her in shock.
Pull yourself together.
But
no buts. Yes, this is embarrassing, but this gives you the perfect opportunity to get your revenge.
Revenge?
You heard me.
I thought for a second about what Laura had said. Do you really think I could?
I know you can, and I'm going to help you.
Laura and I put our heads together and started to think up a plan. The next day at school, I spotted Abby sitting in the canteen with her friends. I winked at Laura, and she nodded at me. The two of us walked over to where Abby and her friends were sitting.
What do you want?
I tipped a bucket full of beetles right on top of Abby's head.
Ah! Ah!
Abby and her friends started screaming and ran out of the room. But before they went, I made sure that I got plenty of photos of them. Laura looked at me and we both burst out laughing.
You're gonna pay for this, Claire. If you think you're gonna get away with this, you'd better think again.
Don't threaten me, Abby. If you tell anyone about this or do anything else to me, I will release this image to the meme accounts. And trust me, they'll go wild. Abby looked at me. I could tell she was trying to weigh up if I was serious or not. She must have realized that I meant every word.
Okay, I won't say a word.
So, are we calling a truce? Abby reluctantly agreed.
I suppose so.
Laura and I high-fived each other. Success! From that moment on, things changed between Abby and I. It wasn't easy at first. She was still a bit cold towards me, but eventually she started to come around. By the end of the following week, we had actually become good friends. We started hanging out together after school and on weekends too. One Saturday when we were sitting and watching TV, I decided I would ask Abby why she hadn't liked me before. Why did you hate me when we first met?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
I was jealous of you.
Jealous? What on earth did you have to be jealous of?
You're just so beautiful. And you're smart and popular, and to be honest, I was worried that my dad would like you more than me.
But that's crazy. Of course your dad will always love you. You're his real daughter. And you are all of those things too.
No, I'm not. But that's okay.
I put my arm around Abby and gave her a hug. Do you think we could be real sisters now? She smiled at me.
I'd like that.
Months and months passed, and Abby and I just got closer and closer. We put everything that had happened in the past behind us and never spoke about it. Things were really great between us. Until one day when it all came crashing down. I was at home alone when Abby came bursting into my room.
We had a deal.
I had no idea what she was going on about.
You promised me.
What? Abby showed me her phone. On it was the photo of her covered in beetles. And above it was the caption, "When he says you're pretty, but the lie detector says it's a lie." I never sent that. Abby burst into tears.
How could you do this? I trusted you.
Honestly, Abby, I'm telling you the truth. It wasn't me that sent them the photo. I wouldn't do that to you.
Well, if it wasn't you, then who was it?
The only people who have that photo are me and... No, she wouldn't, right?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
We'll go there and ask her right now. When we got to Laura's house, I hammered on the door. Laura opened the door and smiled at me.
Hi, Claire.
I showed her the photo on my phone. As soon as she realized what it was, the smile fell from her face. I can't believe you did this, Laura. You know that I promised Abby I wouldn't post it. We have been getting on so well these last few months. She trusted me. What made you post it?
I never get to see you anymore. You spend all your time with Abby now.
Oh my God, are you serious? Are you telling me that you posted the photo because you are jealous of mine and Abby's relationship? She's my sister.
I posted it because I wanted her to get the revenge she deserved. After what she did to you, I wasn't going to let her get away with it.
No, that's not the reason. You posted it because you didn't want me and Abby to be friends. But you didn't have to do that. You should have just come and told me you were missing me. I would have understood.
I'm sorry, Claire. It's not me you should be apologizing to. It's Abby that deserves an apology.
I'm so sorry, Abby. I let my stupid jealousy ruin everything. Can you forgive me? I looked at Abby to see how she was going to respond. I knew that in the next minute or two would determine how all our friendships were going to end up.
I forgive you, Laura. I know how it feels to be jealous of someone. I don't want anything to come between me and my sister. But I also don't want you to lose your friendship with Claire. I would love it if we could all hang out together. How does that sound?
The three of us looked at each other and smiled.
That sounds perfect.